Chess Piece and William Buick will be the last ones in for this Chasemore Farm Henry II Stakes, Group 3, over 2 miles, and away they go. Where is the pace going to come from? Chess Piece in the all blue, Metier orange jacket. Caius Chorister is just wide of Metier, and on the right is Trueshan, who, as is his wont, is a little bit keen in the early stages. Miss Cynthia on the far side, the hooded Miss Cynthia, and Sweet William is held up at the back. So Chess Piece on the far side, down the centre Metier, tracked by Trueshan and Caius Chorister, and then 3 or 4 lengths to Sweet William, and finally Miss Cynthia on the far side as they race up the hill in front of the stands. And Chess Piece slightly isolated on the far side, the others just coming across a little now, and Metier is the overall leader. Metier leads to Chess Piece, Caius Chorister, Trueshan very handy out wide under Holly Doyle, 1.5 lengths to Sweet William, and 4 lengths or so to Miss Cynthia. About to swing right-handed at the highest point on the racecourse, and Metier and Ryan Moore out in front. Metier in second place is Trueshan, on the outside then of Chess Piece. Caius Chorister, who ran so well at Ascot in the Cigaro, is back in fourth, then Sweet William, and a gap then of about 3 more lengths to Miss Cynthia. Down the hill and approaching the right-hander into the back straight, and Metier rolling along in the lead. Trueshan, handy. A half length then to Chess Piece, another half to Caius Chorister, and 1.5 lengths to Sweet William, and finally Miss Cynthia. Down the back straight, in another 1.5 furlongs or so, they'll reach the halfway stage in this Group 3 Henry II Stakes. And Metier, soft ground loving Metier, leads the way, 2 lengths to Trueshan, also loves the soft. On the inside is Chess Piece, followed by Caius Chorister. Sweet William still held on to by Rab Havlin, and Miss Cynthia getting up the inside of Sweet William and much closer now than she was. Maybe the pace has just slackened off a little bit as they continue down the back straight round a little right-hand turn. Metier has made it all so far, shadowed in second by Trueshan. On the outside, Caius Chorister. Chess Piece right there, up in trip today. Miss Cynthia, dark blue white sleeves. Luke Morris on the inside, pink white sleeves. Sweet William. Nearing the end of the back straight, a long sweeping right-hand turn ahead of them now. And still the order much the same. Metier, Trueshan, Chess Piece the inside of Caius Chorister, and then Miss Cynthia, and finally Sweet William. There'd only be about 5-6 lengths first to last as they turn towards the home straight, and they're just about to enter the final half mile, and a very stiff finish up the straight here. Lots of stamina required at the end of 2 miles as now they straighten up, and it's Metier from Trueshan. Trueshan, who stays so well. Caius Chorister behind these chests. Now Miss Cynthia is darted across towards the far side, maybe seeking some form of advantage. The others coming down the centre. Chess Piece has faded away. Sweet William still on the tails of Caius Chorister, but Trueshan is just about taking it up from Metier. Caius Chorister, though, is quick to challenge, and Sweet William is about to be delivered from just in behind them. They race on inside the final 2, Trueshan and Caius Chorister. Caius Chorister, she's just in front from Trueshan, who's fighting back on the near side. Sweet William, they race up the hill. Caius Chorister in the centre, Trueshan far side. Here's Sweet William delivering a late run on the near side of Caius Chorister. They race as one up towards the line. Caius Chorister far side, Sweet William near side. It's going to be very close. Sweet William near side of Caius Chorister in the Henry II, clear of Trueshan. Then Miss Cynthia, Metier behind these, and well beaten was Chess Piece.
Sweet William has run the Henry II, and this man Rab Havlin, well done. Noticed that you took a while to get on the horse when he was, going out. You walked down with him, feet out the irons for a long way, smuggled him into it, and there he is. He's almost out-battled Caius Chorister.
Yeah, well, he didn't really travel for most of the race, but the further we went, the better he came on the bridle. And we put visors on him today just to switch things up. That was Phillippa's idea. And look, it was a reversal for Caius Chorister the last time, where he pounced on me, she pounced on me, and I was able to keep an eye on everything in the race from where I was. And he's a hard horse to get there late because he's not really got much of a turn of foot, so you don't know how much he's actually got in the tank there, but he's very talented, and thank God he got the job done.
So his owner breeder called him a monkey, so it's okay. I feel like we're in those terms now. We don't have to be too polite. But he, you know, there's lots of talent there clearly, but it's just unpicking that and unlocking that. Right?
I think the further he goes, the better he goes. He's ran in the Doncaster Cup over 2 miles too, but it was a messy race. We went really slow and turned into like a 3.5 furlong sprint. That's when Trushan had his first run after the wind up, and he went up the middle on his own with Hawley, and I decided to stick with the pack because I needed to make sure something would lead me to the line, and unfortunately Trushan kept going that day, so really he's untested beyond 2 miles, but for me I definitely think, you know, he definitely get 2.5 miles.
Thought it was an excellent ride, and obviously this off the back of a Group 1 success at the weekend. We know the news earlier in the week you picked up a ride on the Derby, second favourite. I mean, do you feel things are going pretty well at the moment? You feel good in the saddle at the moment? Yeah,
of course, yeah, but you know what this game's like, you know, it's up and down. I've experienced every emotion and every up and down and every bump in the road there is in the last 30 years, so I know how to take things, but obviously it's good to pick up that ride. Look, I don't want to say too much of it, you know, I feel sorry for Callum, but I've tried not to read anything or listen to anything, and I don't want it distracting me, and just got a job to do.
And one of the first things I thought back to was Royal Ascot last year, where you things didn't go your way on horses you could have been on and weren't, and you bit your tongue and you got your head down and you carried on, right? That's what you got to do.
That's what you got to do. You got to wipe your mouth and move on, haven't you? You know, there's nobody likes to see you moping around the place, so there's always other days, and that's just racing. That's just any sport, really.
I'm particularly interested. So you sat on the horse now, Ambiente Friendly. What's your sort of first impression? What are you working towards the big day in 10 days' time?
He's a nice horse, obviously. He's still quite raw. I rode him 2 candles at Warren Hill yesterday. I'm going to do the same tomorrow. I'm going to gallop him on Saturday. I'd like to sit on him again, you know, once or twice next week again. So just want to find out as much as possible about the horse. To say, look, he is a late maturing horse. His best days are still in front of him, and I'd say, you know, everything looked pretty smooth at Lingfield, so he's ticked a lot of the boxes already. It's just whether he's good enough on the day.
Good luck. Thanks, Rab.
Thanks.
Cheers. I'm sure you're absolutely delighted to see him get his head back in front. What's the journey been like with this horse?
It's been a very long journey because he had 7 screws put into his off hind when he was 2. Condylar fracture of the tibia. Ian Wright did it at any age, and it's quite a story. I'd say to any breeder that don't be put off. There's always a chance the horse can race and make it, and he's won the Henry II today, and it means so much. It's been an incredible journey.
I remember speaking to you before the Ebor, and you clearly have a lot of affection for him, but probably for those reasons that you've just mentioned. That, you know, when you're not sure if you're going to get a horse to the racetrack, let alone achieve what he had. Yeah, and we were at Kempton on a Wednesday night when he made his debut, September of his 3-year-old career, and John came, and I thought it was strange that John came all the way to Kempton on a Wednesday night, and Rab was there, and I said, John, why are you here? And he said, I'm terrified of what this horse might do, and he was completely unmanageable. I don't know any other jockey who would have stuck with him. You know, Rab is just a pure consummate horseman. It's nothing to do with audience winning, by the way. I call him Group 1 Havlin now. It's just, he's a serious horseman. And John and Rab have been fantastic with him. And I thought the way he sort of smuggled him into the race there, you know, he's worn blinkers, he's got a visor on. That's something about that seemed to really suit Sweet William. Yes, and John said to him, as Rab was coming back up the rhododendron walk, did you come too early? And he said, yes. So it's a question of coming as late as possible. But those two, having that ding-dong, Caius Chorister and Sweet William, I just felt they could have done another half mile. And Clive Washburn came over to me and said, we're both going to the Gold Cup. No, so that is the plan for this? You must speak to the trainer about it. But I mean, look, he's a monkey and everything. He's adorable, but I think the further the better. Yeah. Well done. Thanks for your time. Thank you. Thank you. Well done. Great stuff.